Welcome to Shoe Time in the Morning
with Mitch.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another wonderful episode of Shoe Time in the Morning with Mitch. We're here. We've been talking nutrition. We're still in the kitchen. Slowly but surely. But guess what? Just like your bodies and your knowledge, slowly but surely coming along to get you the information into your melons so we can get this going. Now, we looked at nutrition labels last time we were all in class together, and we're going to talk about something that's very important to understand with nutrition labels, and that is serving size. Some things that we've seen, maybe we've eaten. For instance, like a bag of chips, a big bag of chips, not the little guy, right? You eat that, oh, that's only 90 calories. Oh, wait a minute, there's 10 servings in the bag. That's 900 calories, all right? One serving of chips, as we found out in our My 5th period class last time, was 13 chips only. Who can stop eating chips at 13? Certainly not Mr. Shoemake. So it's important that we get an understanding of the differences in serving size. So, we have a couple items here to show you, and then we might have you go get some of your own stuff and pick one and figure out your own serving sizes for something that you eat, some snacks you eat, etc. Okay? Let me show you a few things. First and foremost, sometimes serving size is straightforward. They help you like that. Sometimes. Right? For instance, tortillas. We're lucky. These tortillas, they're all identical. So, serving size for these tortillas is one serving size. Usually they'll give a weight 51 grams, one serving size, 142 calories in here, 2.5 grams of fat, 23 grams of carbohydrate, 1 gram of fiber, 1 gram of sugar. Added sugars is where you need to watch out, because added sugars, they take the natural sugars and they say it's not sweet enough. And then they add sugar into it, and then it's a whole different story. We'll find about that next time. But 4 grams of protein. Remember, plants do not have complete amino acid profiles, so you need to mix them with things to make sure you get a complete amino acid profile. But one serving size, right there, we're in the money. All right, good. How does it differ? I'm glad you asked. Well, now we have Mr. Shoemake's favorite type of bread. This is the Bodine's sourdough bread, and the serving size, according to the big bag, says serving size is 1 slice, or 43 grams. But here's the problem. As we look here, here's the end slice. Is that the same as the middle slice? Not so much. So let's find out just what we're looking at here. 43 grams. Change the scale there. This is the middle slice. It's 72 grams. So, you see it can get confusing. Why don't they just label it? Well, because it's different. So let's see if we can get as close to 43 grams as possible. Okay, we ripped it not quite in half, but in thirds. This is 49 grams. Exactly 43 grams. I'm pretty good. 43 grams in this much sourdough bread. We took a whole bunch off of there. Now, that means you have to understand you're going to have to make some adjustments when you look at your labels and how much are you actually eating. If I ate this with that, it's almost twice as much for 1 slice. So keep that in mind.
They're tricksters, those labels.
They're tricksters, indeed. All right. What else do we got down here? We got, reset the scale there. Boop, zero it out. Peanuts. All right. Peanuts. How many peanuts do you guys think, take a wild guess, is 1 serving?
50.
I would say 23.
23. All right. This one is unique. With almonds, it's usually about 20. This one is 28.
28.
So let's see here. Also, you can measure it out on the scale, because not all obviously, clearly, not all peanut pieces are the same. So, all right. There we go. 1 serving of peanuts. And Mr. Mort Henwig, I know you're a peanut guy.
Don't tell me those are honey roasted. Are they?
How many? These are not.
Oh, shucks.
How many of these are? How many handfuls of that do you think you can eat?
Oh, handfuls. How many of those?
Right.
That's just one handful.
Honey roasted?
Sure.
All right, honey roasted. I could probably eat 45 to 50 of those.
That's my
Be
point.
honest, Mr. Mitchell.
That's my point. You get things that you like and forget about it. Forget about it. You get things you like and forget about it.
45 to 50.
Now, this is right out of Mr. Shoemake's special staff here, special lunch bin. This is chicken. Chicken tenderloins to be exact. Now, I like chicken. Who doesn't like chicken? 1 serving of chicken is 3 ounces. 3, according to the nutrition thing. 3 ounces. Well, let me tell you, 3 ounces is not a whole heck of a lot.
Yeah, I ain't gonna cut it.
Let's see how much 3 ounces is. Let me zero it out. Ba-boom. All right, and if you think about it, folks, these are kind of like chicken tenders you would get from a store somewhere, right? They're delicious. 3 ounces. All right. Find another small piece there. And there we go. 3 chicken tenders, 3 ounces.
And those are tiny tenders.
And now I'll tell you, when it comes to meat, and forget about it if you give me a dipping sauce, I could eat this entire thing here. So, saying that to say, be aware of the serving size. The serving size is very highly important. So, if you look at certain things and the way they list the serving size, they can often betray you into thinking you're eating healthy. And, as we found out with certain things, beware of false claims. Not false claims as if they're lying to you, but false claims as if they're trying to sell you short a certain way or dupe you into buying something. Perhaps the most famous one that I can think of is various candies. Lemonhead was notorious for it. They had their candy going, and they would label on the packet, they would say, a fat-free candy. It is fat-free, but you know what? It's about 10 million grams of sugar, and it's going to make you fat really quick. So, fat doesn't make you fat. Be wary of those labels, but it's important to understand serving size. Last thing that I want to show you is olive oil. Boy, it's delicious, right? You cook with it. It's very healthy for you. Serving size is 1 tablespoon or 15 milliliters. And since I don't have a tablespoon, it's about a half a cupful for the tablespoon here. So, here you go. And there you go. Serving size. Now, in that serving size, 1 tablespoon, 120 calories. 120 calories from fat. It's all fat. 14 grams. Now, it's good fat. It's unsaturated fat. Just be careful. Because let me tell you, if this much little fat here is that many calories, when you see the deep fat fryer and they stick the French fries in it all the way down, pull it up and all that potato has absorbed the fat, you're loading it up. So, serving size is important. And make sure you understand when you're reading the nutrition labels that sometimes it's accurate and sometimes, like the sourdough bread, forget about it. You're going to have to do some mathematical injunction there. All right, Mr. Mornhick, what do we got else, Mr. Mornhick?
Talking about serving size, what's the one food, and I want you guys to think about it too. I'm going to ask Mr. Mitchell, Mr. Shoemake to share with us, and I'll share as well. But one food that you love to eat, and even after you're full, the key is even after you're full, you just can't stop eating it. Mr. Mitchell, look forward to hearing this.
Well, I do have a sweet tooth. And my go-to sweet tooth is milk chocolate. And my go-to milk chocolate is milk chocolate covered almonds.
Oh yeah.
You take a beautiful almond, you wrap it in milk chocolate. You're supposed to eat what? Maybe 4 or 5?
Oh,
Forget about it.
unless they're this big.
Exactly.
Forget about it.
Forget about it. We're talking 40, easy with a good sit. Watching a football game, popping in milk chocolate almonds. Oh my God, it's I'm in heaven.
What's on your mind, Mr. Shoemake? What's something that you just can't stop eating?
Well,
even
here's the
after you're
thing.
full?
You say after you're full. Problem is, it's hard to get Mr. Shoemake full. That's problem number one. But here's the reality of the situation. Just being honest. All right, shrimp and things like that, I can eat till the cows come home. All right, and I enjoy it. That's all that stuff is great. But one thing, especially when I really overindulged, I've shared this with my class. I'll share it with the rest of you guys. There was once a time when I worked and lived in San Francisco, and we went down to Ocean Beach, and there's a Safeway right around the corner there. And we were having a bonfire, hanging out, just enjoying life. And I went to get a drink, and they happened to have the family size 6-pound bag of Swedish fish on sale. I figured I'd get some Swedish fish, bring it back, share it with people, have some snacks, whatever. We bought it, brought it back, and about an hour later, I went to grab the Swedish fish, and it was empty. I had eaten them all. What can I say? Swedish fish, it tastes good.
6 pounds?
6 pounds on an empty stomach. What can I say? I don't know. I'm not saying you should try it, but you asked the question, I answered it.
6 pounds. That might outdo my 24 ice cream sandwiches, Mr. Shoemake. 6 pounds?
6 pounds.
True story.
Oh, well, you already know my story. I'm like Mr. Mitch, I have a sweet tooth, and obviously Mr. Shoemake likes sweets as well. I would go for anything sugary, but if I had to answer, I'd probably be ice cream sandwiches. Just because I have a certain way to eat them, I like to peel the cookie off and eat the ice cream and peel the other cookie off, and then you have a little bit left, and you peel those off, and you lick the last part. It's kind of a ritual, but probably anything sweet, but precisely ice cream sandwiches.
Lucerne ice cream sandwiches
Lucerne.
from Safeway, precisely.
Mr. Shoemake knows what that really
Seen it too
chalk
many
white
times.
ice cream. Just delicious. It doesn't taste like chalk, it's just as white as chalk. Sports Factor! What do we got today?
All right, we got the all-time scorer, Kareem. We have the all-time assist leader, John Stockton. How about the all-time rebounder? You got to play basketball. Somebody's got to rebound that basketball. Who's the all-time rebound leader?
Good question.
Ooh, all-time rebound leader. That's what I'm talking about.
Jolly Geographer.
Ooh, we're getting jolly with food. The more we talk about food, the jollier I get. All right, we talked about a great city in the South last time with great etouffees, gumbo, and jambalaya. That, of course, was New Orleans, Louisiana. And now we're going to go to a different realm and a food that I actually don't like, but it's unique. It's a cultural thing, and if you're from the Midwest or the East Coast, you probably know about it. But there is a city that eats chili, and it's famous, actually. They use noodles in their chili. They put noodles in their chili. What city is known for a famous blank-style chili, the name of the city style chili, that has noodles in it?
Nice. Interesting question. Guys, what do you call a fake noodle?
What?
An impasta.
Oh,
Woo! I'd say they just keep getting better. They just keep getting better, guys. Information and transformation. Just a quick principle before we go, guys. Information and transformation. We're giving you a lot of information about a lot of different things. But if it just goes in your ear and you forget about it and it goes out your other ear, that's all it is information. If the information, however, sticks in your brain and you make decisions in life based on this accurate information, you're going to change. So it's not just the information we share with you. You have to show a change by acting on the information. So with the serving sizes, we challenge you. Look at the labels. Find out what the serving size is. Because it can be very, very, what's the word? Confusing. Mr. Mitchell, you said earlier that they're what? Tricky? Or tricksters?
Yeah, they are tricksters.
Yeah. They want to trick you into thinking certain things. So check the food labels. That will be helpful. So information, don't just let it dissipate out your other ear. Don't forget it. Make a move on it. Make a change to get healthier. You got to make a change. It reminds me of a song. I'm gonna make a change
For once in my life.
feel real good.
Gonna make a difference. Gonna make it mine. Oh my goodness. What are we doing here?
We're building healthy relationships.
And what's the purpose of Bret Hart?
HR squared.
Honesty, respect, responsibility. Ladies and gentlemen, put the knowledge in your mind so you can have the knowledge of wealth for your health later on down the line. Try to be a little bit better today than you were yesterday and keep on pushing. Push on 3. 1, 2, 3. Push!